What's up, YouTube? Brandon coming at you right before we get in the video. Maybe you heard, maybe you didn't, but we're doing a kit giveaway on YouTube exclusively. So Kai Havertz had himself a day against Barnsley. Got himself a hat trick. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a Kai Havertz kit. Home, away, maybe even third kit if you're feeling a little reckless, to one of you out there, one of our subscribers. So here's the deal. I need you to be subscribed. I need you to comment down below your favorite goal of Kai's that he had and let us know that you want to win the kit. All right, so we're looking to get some more comments, build and grow the channel, because today what we're talking about is the Barnsley match review in the Carabao Cup. Chelsea 6, Barnsley 0. It was a fun one. Again, this is just a clip. Full podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Stitcher, TuneIn, wherever you get them. We're available. Go check it out there. But we really appreciate you, and we want to do more on YouTube. So help us grow, and we're going to continue to do some fun giveaways and things like that throughout the season. So thank you, Chelsea fans, and I do hope you enjoy. So Havertz, huh? A little hat trick coming out of that. I think that's something we're going to round out about.
Dude, we have a favorite goal just before we go into the actual match review and the lineup. What was everybody's favorite goal of the day?
I mean, the third one was just filth. I mean, it was absolute, utter filth. How are you going to, first of all, like, controlling that ball over the top is hard enough. And then you're going to control it so well that you're going to nutmeg the keeper. And then you're going to casually run in front of him and just do a little tappy into the middle.
Just a little
Brad
tappy.
Collins, former Chelsea
Tough.
Academy project. Wow. You got to witness him just like die inside as he watched it.
You watched his soul leave his body. That was the moment.
Yeah, he was he had pace for a second, and then he threw his head up in the air in disgust. Oh, it was glorious.
I personally thought the second one was one of the most fantastic things I've seen. The Tammy Abraham dummy. You know, for Kai Havertz running in behind, that was the one that like I stood up for. I was just like the awareness. You can like see it, but like remember, we have a huge angle. We can see behind him. He had to check and see out of his peripherals, and the second one was phenomenal. So anyways, you guys can hit us up on social. Tell us which one you loved. Plenty to choose from. All right, Dan, lineup time. Let's run us through it so we can get into some of the stats here and then break down the match.
All right, well, starting lineup included Willy Caballero between the sticks, Azpilicueta back with the armband, Tomori and Thiago Silva and Emerson make up your back line. Barkley, Kovacic, and Havertz would be your midfield, even though the way that it came out as a lineup made it look like Mason Mount was going to be in the midfield. Not true. You had Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, and Hudson-Odoi as your front three. This was the first Chelsea start for Thiago. Kai Havertz actually in the number 10 role. And on the bench, Nathan Baxter, Reece James, Kurt Zouma, Chilwell, Jorginho, Werner, and Giroud. We did see Giroud, we did see Chilwell, and we did see Zouma. No Kepa on the bench, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
That's not going to be the last time you talk about Kepa, I can assure you that. But for now, so anyways, stats look, Chelsea with an overwhelming 69% possession is what exactly you would expect. 17 shots to their 14, though. It's not like they had a dry day out. Thankfully, we had 11 on target. They had 9 on target, all right? Willie's probably exhausted after this match. Pretty much even on corners, not corners, 6-2, but tackles, offsides, and really no cautions. It was a pretty straightforward match, which is what you'd expect when you see kind of this different, the wide gap between the two teams in it. So let's just go ahead and not make you sit around and wait for us any longer. Kai Havertz, unfortunately, was subbed off for the red card against Liverpool. Didn't have the greatest maybe debut. Had himself an absolute day. All right, 63 touches, 3 goals. It was his first professional hat trick for club. Yeah, I believe he had one for U19 Germany. 4 shots on target, 2 key passes, 2 big chances created, 4 of 6 successful dribbles, 9 of 15 ground duels won, 5 tackles, 1 resulting in a goal.
Yeah, that was also incredible, by the by.
So, statistically, pretty rock solid. But Nick, from an eye test, what do we like about this performance from Kai beyond everything, beyond the stats, beyond his hair, beyond the way he glides across the pitch?
Yeah, I mean, like, the weird part about these matches, because we were at the first Carabao Cup match last year and we beat Grimsby Town 7-0.
It's fun.
And what's awkward about this is his first 10 minutes was awkward and misplaced passes and looked a little slow off the jump. And then it was just like a switch just flipped in his brain and he just went into full dominance mode. Honestly, this performance reminded me of when Pulisic got his hat trick last year. Like, obviously that was in the Premier League and probably a little bit more impressive than beating Barnsley, but to get the monkey off your back, to use the turn of phrase there, is really important. If he goes 4 or 5 more matches without scoring a goal, you start to have to deal with the press and the pressure and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it is so clear that he is class. It's so clear that he has that extra special thing to him. We've talked about the goals earlier and what we liked about them, but the point that you just made up, Brandon, with his tackle that led to the Barkley goal, right? Like, that's hustle. That's just pure hustle. He didn't have to do that. He was playing number 10. He already had 3, or he already had 2 goals at that point. But the awareness to do the extendo leg in and around the goal it's just super impressive. And Dan, for me, it's special enough to get the 3 goals in the fashion that he got them, but to do the extra work around and to track back and to try and win the ball, and not always successfully, but to try at least, is impressive.
It was a clinic. It was an absolute clinic from Kai. And I think he's going to get described occasionally as looking disinterested or lazy because he has it's like Alonso does, where there's just the gait and the way that he moves his body is just not the same, not standard, right? And so it's just going to be interesting to see how he gets profiled over time. But it's the old adage of when you're really great at something or you're really cool, you don't need to tell other people that you're cool. If you have to say, oh, I'm a cool guy or I'm funny, that underplays what you are. Kai Havertz doesn't need to tell anybody he is a great footballer. It is just done with everything that man does on the pitch, from the commitment, from the passes. And I think it's almost rattling our players a little bit because they're not used to playing with someone as good as that, who has that forward-looking ability, who is able to interlock play, and did so well. I know we'll talk more about Tammy and the Cobham crew later, but man, the potential partnership, when you think about placing Kai in the 10, Tammy up top, Werner maybe out on the left, maybe put Mount on the right. You put that up against West Brom this weekend, Brandon, and I don't know. Do you score 8 goals, 9 goals? Because West Brom are terrible. They're a championship side. It should be possible.
Maybe. I mean, potentially.
Good
but,
luck. Good luck
Barnsley,
to Branna.
Well, yeah. Barnsley are at the bottom. Obviously, West Brom were at the other end of said table. So you'd assume there's a little bit of a difference. Cup competition, I'm assuming that wasn't Barnsley's strongest 11. Here's an overreaction. You could be like, well, that's our new strongest 11. Well, not really.
Nope.
But the way these guys play and the attack, I mean, look, Callum Hudson-Odoi, we will get into that. Didn't have a great opportunity. But I guess if I'm sticking with Kai's, I think what I liked the most about him and the performance today were the runs. That dude busts along to get up the pitch and into attacking space. I'm not going to make the leap to say, look at these Lampard-esque runs from said midfielder, but he has a sense of scoring. He knows where to be. He'll pop up, like I said, in behind Tammy. He'll run beyond Tammy. He'll get into the box late if someone's getting to the end line so they can cut it back. We just saw a lot of different runs from him. Again, look, he had a ton of space to operate. But what you get to see in these matches are what are the instincts, right? When you do have time and space and everything's going your way, are you at least getting in the right spot? We still saw Barkley put his head down on a counterattack and dribble into a defender. And you're just like, you had runners, Ross. Kai seemed to be able to make the right decision every single time he got it. And I think that's a testament to the stats that I read out at the beginning. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he needs to do to be successful. It's just going to continue to refine and sharpen and get used to the Premier League. But to your point, Dan, thankfully, we have West Brom at the weekend. It's not another Liverpool. It's not a top 6 team like Man City, anything like that. We should have more time and space on the ball to hopefully, let these guys continue to gel and make the right decision.
The telltale sign of a good player is how much better they make the players around them, right? Whether by taking on more responsibility or just bringing them up with them, right? I think Kai Havertz is the latter. I think he's going to make Tammy better. I think he's going to unlock a lot of defenses, especially low blocks. And, we left the Liverpool match asking, all right, maybe not striker, maybe not right wing. What's a position that he's going to really thrive in? Again, it's Barnsley. They are not a top level, of competition. So we'll see. Is it a 10? Is it a little deeper? I don't know. Today felt better. It felt a lot better. He looked more comfortable. He looked more confident. And, when you get the goals that go along with the effort, that's all you can ask. So it's no wonder that Frank started him today. He needed to build the confidence and the rapport with the team. He did just that. Mission accomplished. Now let's do it in the Premier League.